All right, welcome back to the show.
What's going on? What's going on with y'all, man?
Yeah, so, man, back at it, talking the playoffs.
That's where we left off, right?
Yeah.
All right. Safe.
So, I mean, here's a question I asked because we both think the Warriors is going to walk out with this one.
Facts.
But, you know, Steph Curry's not that old. Klay's not that old. Who do you think, like, in the next 5 years, how many championships do you think the Warriors will get, and how many do you think the Celtics will get? Like, out of 5.
I think both teams got a dynasty in their hands.
Yeah.
When you look at the age and the numbers, real talk, because right now, Celtics are set between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown when it comes to the age. They could carry on for another 5 years, so that's a dynasty alone. And when you look at the Warriors, the fact that they try to implement the youngsters such as Moody, such as Kuminga, such as James Wiseman, Jordan Poole's already there. So they got 4 guys that could play off together for the next 5 or 6 years. So that's another dynasty. These two are they're gonna be going at each other for the next couple of years. I think we should get used to this.
Yeah.
That's what's coming.
So how many you giving them? Like, give me a number. Like, out of the next 5, because you got to think the Lakers could come back strong. They got a new coach, Anthony Davis healthy. I think that's the best team in the league. You got the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard healthy. That could be a problem. And then you got Giannis. You still got the 76ers. So out of the next 5 years here, I'll go first. I think, like, the Warriors, not including this year, so next year, after this next 5 years, I'd say they're going to get at least 2. And I think the Celtics will get at least 1. But I know that's kind of low, but it's like, man, there's so much talent in the league, man.
I think one aspect I gotta consider is the Warriors got a better chance of making it to the finals than the Celtics. Coming out the West, when I see the competition they're facing and the trajectory they're heading towards.
Yeah.
They got a better chance of making it to the finals through the West than the Celtics have to do in the East. Because when you think about it, Celtics didn't defeat a fully healthy, a full team of the Milwaukee Bucks.
You're right.
Full team.
They were just one of their best players.
Their close was out.
Yeah.
I think Chris Middleton was there. We would be seeing Celtics in the finals. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
So right now, I'm just counting on them improving and learning from their mistakes from this year in order to go up against Milwaukee, full strength from Milwaukee and defeat them. That's what I'm counting on.
Yeah.
But that's not guaranteed as well.
Right.
So that's another thing. I gotta throw it in there as well.
So how many do you think the Celtics will win in the next 5 years? Like, win the whole thing?
It's gonna be hard, bro. I give them 1.
1?
Just 1 in the 5 years.
And then what about the Warriors?
I give the Warriors 3. 3 or 2.
3 or 2.
3 or 2.
I was gonna say 3, but it's like, man, I feel like LeBron's got 1 more left in the tank. I feel like if Russell Westbrook, if they can figure out a way to make that work with LeBron and AD, and AD's healthy, I could see them beating the Warriors. Kawhi Leonard, man, I could see that Clipper team making it. But I think 2 or 3 is the right answer, bro. And the Celtics, man, like you said, they didn't. That was like if the Celtics didn't have their number 2, which would be Jaylen Brown, bro, they might not even make it out the second round.
That's my issue. The fact that you had a full team in your hands and you had to struggle that much to get through.
You had to get some game
when
7.
These teams are coming at you shorthanded and they're still taking you this far. So you just imagine these teams were completely, in whole health wise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What would transpire. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons I was like, I'm not liking even when I see Celtics, their last game against the Warriors when they lost, they had their runs, like a Celtic run against the Warriors is like maybe 8-point run or 10-point run.
Yeah.
To me, if that's what you get out of a run, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Especially when you're facing the Warriors, because their runs go for like 20 to 23-point runs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So if your runs, you only getting like single-digit points or maybe 10 points at the most in your run, you got to get more out of that. Because when the Celtics go on there, when the Warriors go on their runs, they could drown you, dude. Their shots, they're shooting aside in such a high volume and such a high clip. Those runs could just blow. That's why they say no lead is safe against them.
Yeah, for sure. But I will say, in a counter is like they had that huge lead in game 1, and they lost it, and I was just so disappointed because it's like there's just something about the Warriors where at least if I'm coaching, which is so easy to do it from the back or from the couch, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you're up, they were up like what 20 or something in the third, 13 something, 15. At that point, we don't need any more threes. Drive, attack the basket, and get fouls. Get them into foul trouble. So now in the fourth quarter, they cannot play defense as tough, and you're getting free throws. But I mean, it's easy to say that from where I'm sitting. But it's like, bro, the Warriors blow leads when they shoot. It's like they live and die by it, and I don't like that. I mean, it's like you can't fault them because it works. It has worked, but it's like at the same time, bro, if they end up losing this finals, I will think it's because they shoot too many threes. I mean, the one where LeBron came back 3-1, down 1-3, and came back and won that 73-win season, bro, it's because they kept shooting. If you're up 3-1 and they win 3 games in a row, there's no way possible that should happen.
The circumstances, my brother. I gotta push back on that. The circumstances, because the thing about the Warriors, I feel like to be a championship team, you can't rely on playing it safe.
That's true.
You gotta be the aggressor at all times. Aggressor at all times. That's what Warriors are. They're aggressors. They don't know how to turn on to switch. Play simple, passive, play safe, close games out like that. Nah. They're comfortable who they are. They're going to keep jacking those shots and demoralize you.
Yeah.
Those shots are demoralizing. That's what they are.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's why I mess with it. I haven't live and die by the shot. I'm cool with that.
And
when that 3-1 series you was talking about, you also got to consider Warriors never went up with such a firepower like Kyrie and LeBron at the time.
Yeah.
And you got to consider the fact that Draymond suspension kind of changed the momentum of the series.
It really did, yeah.
It changed it big time.
It was, and you're right, bro. I definitely agree with you got to have confidence in what you're doing. So it's like, I really agree with the idea of if I trust my guys as a coach, you have to show trust in them for them to trust themselves.
True story.
So it's like you cannot tell them, hey, we're going to play it safe. But it's just like, man, at the same time, it's like, bro, I really think every championship the Warriors have been in, they should have won. They just, it's just like, I'd say, it's easy to do it from the couch and say a lot of shit from the couch. But it's like, they know what they're doing, bro. And you're right, bro. Live and die by it, bro. You can be okay with that because at the end of the day, that's what got you there. And you practice those shots, so it's not like you should be scared of them.
Here's another thing for us to think about. Just another what if. Seeing how everything turned out when the Warriors lost to Cleveland from the 3-1 series, and you know how that worked out. Yeah. Could you make an argument Warriors would never had their first championships if Kyrie and Kevin Love was healthy? Because remember when they won that first ring, it was just LeBron.
Yeah, that's right.
And you feel me? I think it was like a gentleman's sweep. They went to 5 games.
Yeah.
LeBron didn't have nobody. So could you make an argument that Warriors would never had that first championship if Kyrie and Kevin Love was healthy?
I think you can make that argument. I definitely think you can because one thing, me being a San Antonio Spurs fan, I hated LeBron for a long time because, I feel like he wouldn't have his second ring in Miami if it wasn't for that Ray Allen shot. It's like, and then the next year we came back and beat them and dismantled the whole thing. So
bad,
like gentlemen sweep again.
I'm a Heat fan. I already know, man. I'm a Heat fan, so I already know.
So it's just like who's playing makes a difference. And LeBron, the point I was getting at is I hated LeBron, but he showed me so much since then that I have to be a fan because it's like, bro, at the end of the day, he is, I think, on the court with anybody, he is the alpha. He is the one who can go get the dub. Now, he can't do it by himself. Nobody can do it by themselves. But LeBron, especially when you got...
nobody could do it by themselves. We got to go back to that. Cause I not to cut you off, but I got to bring it back because this is just going to the old school basketball players. Because, like, when they talk about the old school era, how things were as far as Jordan and stuff like that, they depict the story. When somebody tells their own story, they're going to give you the best version possible.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not going to give you the real. They make it seem like Jordan always did it himself. He was a one-man team. Yeah. When really, his job was, I'm going to keep it real, but his job was not hard compared to what LeBron has to endure in his career.
I mean, yeah, because...
you got to focus on one thing. I'm going to score and I'm going to defend one person. You don't got to worry about running a whole team by yourself, bro.
That's true.
You had a Hall of Fame coach throughout your whole career.
Yeah.
You had the best defender at the time, which was Scottie Pippen. And
they-
you had a bunch of role players who IQs,
because you got to think, he didn't win one without Scottie, and he had self-admittedly says that. And on top of that, he had one of the best two-way players in Scottie. He also had one of the best, at least top 5 rebounders in the history of the game and defenders in Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you had 2 premium. Dennis Rodman won Defensive Player of the Year before he even got to Chicago. And then you got Scottie Pippen, who not only could defend anybody, but he could also score. So it's like, with those 3, all you needed was 2 other people to just stand in and be there. So, I mean, you're right, LeBron, he definitely, I think if he had those 2 healthy, bro, you could definitely make a really good argument that they might have beat the Warriors in, and we would be talking about them different because that's a really good question because LeBron, I mean, Jordan never had to play a finals without his top dog. You know, his number 2, which would be Kyrie Irving, which he had to in that first one. You know what I'm saying? And Kevin Love too, but it's like Kyrie is that last second shot closer. You feel me? He can go off for like 35, 40. Kevin Love can give you 25, 30, but it's going to be harder for him because he's down low banging. Kyrie, against anybody in the league, can give you 35, 40. Any given night, he can give you 35, 40.
Even Kevin Love, he wasn't even that bad when I recall because some of the stuff he did didn't show up on the stats. As far as his hustle play, giving out, and he stretched the floor for LeBron, which allows him to penetrate. That's a big thing about Kevin Love. Yeah. He had to completely. One thing about people overlook about Kevin Love that I appreciate him so much is the sacrifice he had to endure. He see the bigger thing, which was winning a championship. I think all players should look at that. Yeah. My goal is to win a championship. What sacrifices do I have to imply to get there?
To make it happen.
He did it. I mean, before he came to Cleveland, the guy was an all-star. He was a double-double solid, 25-20, easy.
Yeah, easy.
And he came back and had to play outside, referred his whole game outside, and he got himself a ring.
Yeah, I mean,
the stats might not be there, but he's a champion. How many guys stats don't have no ring?
Yeah, you're right, and that was the thing with K Love is, like you said, he has some stats that don't show up, just like Draymond Green. Like, he wasn't a leader like Draymond is, but he was doing the dirty work. Banging on defense, banging and getting the rebounds on offense, like you said, stretching the floor and sacrificing, because if he got to play with his back to the basket as much as he probably wanted to, he would average more. It's the same with Chris Bosh. He had to sacrifice in Miami.
Facts.
And I didn't know he was as good as he was before he got to Miami. But
monster at Toronto.
He was a beast.
They call him a dog for a reason.
But once you get with LeBron, you got to sacrifice. And it worked. And like you said, it's worth it because at the end of the day, you don't want like imagine like Charles Barkley. They give him so much crap on TNT because
he deserves it.
He's a dog, but he didn't get the championship.
He deserved all the. Charles Barkley deserved everything he gets from TNT for not winning the ring because he is one of those guys who didn't make the sacrifices. He cared about his individual accomplishment too much. And by the time he realizes that he needed a team to win a championship, it was too late. Everything has a shelf life. Everything has a shelf life in life. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Your prime has a shelf life. How you utilize your prime is on you. So if you utilize your prime to say, all right, in my prime, I'm going to do everything I can to win a championship. Forget my individual accomplishment. I just want to win a championship. I will sacrifice whatever I need to. You got it. But if you want to use your prime to get all your individual stacks, and when your prime is over, you're like, all right, now it's time to get a ring. It don't work like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what Charles fell into. He got everything he deserved. To this day, that's what it is. Some decisions in life, you got to understand once you make it, you're going to have to live with it for the rest of your life.
That's real.
You feel me? And that's I don't feel no bad for Charles. He got everything he deserved.
I like Charles, but I mean, you feel me? He, I mean, you either win or you don't. And at the end of the day, I'm sure he would sacrifice, if he could go back, he would sacrifice some of those stats to get one ring. Because even winning one is hard. Even winning one is hard, no matter what area you're in. So you gotta, I mean, that's a great question. And that's a great, I think, debate topic is if LeBron's team was healthy, would the Warriors even be the Warriors? Because I feel like when LeBron came back from 3-1, it shined a light on their problems and what they did. Like
KD.
Yeah, like, and then KD comes and it's like, you can't lose at that point. But, I mean, it's an interesting question, man. I hope the Warriors win this one. But even now, this Celtic team, to me, even though they're they made it. They're not the team, bro.
They're not the. I personally, to be honest with you, I think Warriors gonna win it, but I prefer the Celtics win it because I feel like their chances of coming back to the finals is just slim enough. Next year, the improvements I see coming out of the East, I don't see the Celtics made it under circumstances. To me, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not taking a shot at their run. They're a great team. They did what they had to do, but it's been circumstances which led them to get to this point. Because that Milwaukee, I still go back to that. Chris Middleton to me was healthy and he was playing those games as a closer. They would have never made it. That's just my opinion.
For sure.
I give them the Brooklyn series. They handled that right. Swept them, did what they had to do.
But I mean, even Brooklyn, it's like
Kyrie and KD was present.
And they didn't play much together throughout the season though.
Another thing.
And they got a new coach in Steve Nash who has no coaching experience.
True.
So it's like you said, a lot of circumstances, which I'll give you every year has circumstances, but it's like you said, it's going to be hard for them. And to me, they're just not, like Jason Tatum is not nowhere. To me, it's like I said 70, 80%. He's more like 50, 60%.
That's scary.
Because
that's scary. He said that's scary, bro.
I think he's the type, bro. He can easily give me the ball because he's big as LeBron, not as swole, but he's tall as LeBron. But he's got the moves like KD, and you know that tall, but I can dribble, I can do whatever I need to, and he's not like he's still in this team ball, which is good, bro. I feel like he could be like Luka. The way Luka he's got a clip from anywhere on the court. He can get in whenever he wants and bully people. I feel like if Tatum had if he had a team of his own like that, he would be on a whole different trajectory, which is good. He's on a team that's better because, like, if you put Luka on the Celtics, you know, he couldn't do the stuff he does because he'd have to spread the ball more. But it's like if Tatum had his own team, like Luka has his own team, where it's like give Luka the ball and get the hell out of the way. Tatum, that's why I say 50 to 60%, bro. He would be better than Luka to me. But right now, I would say Luka's the better individual player.
I gotta push back on that because it's like when it comes to Luka and Tatum, the best comparison I gotta look at them. The best I can compare them is who did each individual idolize growing up.
Yeah. Okay.
Jason Tatum grew up idolizing Kobe, and Luka grew up idolizing LeBron. You feel me? So you know where I'm going with this. Like, if Jason Tatum was in Dallas right now, he'll have the stats, the number stats. Like, he'll probably average maybe 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 points. But those stats will not contribute to them winning.
True.
That's the difference. Luka's giving you those stats and he's winning games. Like, it's cool to have those stats, but it's different when you those stats are able to affect the game in a winning manner.
To make them win.
Dallas should have never made it as far as they made it. It's all because of Luka, the way he did it. And he didn't do it just he knew him going up just for 35 points, it's not going to work. They'll let you go off for 35 points. But the fact that he's able to involve his teammates the way he is, and the way his IQ, the way he's read games, picking out matchups, weak matchups, switching plays, pick and rolls, all these things he does, it's like he sees the game in a way broader aspect to me than Jason. Jason is just a killer on that Kobe thing. This playmaking thing he did, I think he just that's why I really like when I saw him do that. I'm like, maybe he got something else in him when he started doing the whole playmaking and switching, because that's something Kobe would never do.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, especially when Kobe became the man, because at first he wasn't even the man like that, in the sense of it was Shaq's team, and Kobe was, you know, more of a supreme role player. Like, he was a number 2, but he wasn't a number 1. But I mean, all I'm saying with the whole Luka comparison is if you switch them, Luka wouldn't be able to have as many points and them win because he wouldn't be able to facilitate as much. I mean, he would be. I just don't know. I would have to see it. I just want Tatum to be able to have that freedom where it's like, young buck, go get 50. Go get 50. Go have that Kobe-like stretch where it's 50, 45, 43, 50, 40, like, where it's like, bro, Marcus Smart, you a hooper, you only get Marcus Smart can create his own shot. He's got the handles and he's got the shot. So is Jaylen Brown. I want it to be Tatum gets the ball and decides what to do with it, just like Luka does. But I mean, on the Celtics team, it's smarter for them to play team ball, and it's smarter for any team to play team ball. But it's like, I feel like it's not hurting Tatum, but it's like, man, he could easily, I think, be like hands down the best player in the league.
I get what you're saying because you're looking at it from an offensive prospect, like he's unstoppable offensively. And I hear what you're saying. The playmaking part, I got to push back a little bit because I don't want Jason Tatum the ball in his hands too much unless I want a scoring to go. But playmaking aspect, I can't put it in his hand. He don't have the point guard qualities I believe Luka possesses.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? But I'm going to put it this way. Like, when it comes to Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic, if I needed 50 points.
You're going Luka.
No, I'm going Jason. If I needed 50 solid points, I'm going Jason. But if I want to win the game,
you're going Luka.
I'm going Luka. He's going to do whatever you need him to do to win the game. Whether it's 50 points, whether it's 15 assists, whether it's 10 rebounds. He's a game. It's like LeBron. It's like a Swiss Army knife. Whatever the team needs him to do to fill that void to win the game, that's what he's going to do. But Jason, 50 points, I got you, bro.
I can do what you're saying for sure.
It's almost like when Draymond Green was talking about that issue he had with KD, saying that one of the reasons why Steph Curry didn't get those MVP finals because he was getting double teamed while KD was not getting double teamed as much because Steph would take that attention away.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example. Like, as a coach, basically Tyronn Lue made a call and he said, I'd rather double team Steph than double team KD. Because KD, I can let him go off. Just like Jason. If I need 50 points, I let him go off. If I want to win the game, I give it a step because his shots open up the floor. It's not just about him. It's about his game affects the whole team.
Yeah.
Whereas an individual player like Jason Tatum or KD, they're ISO. Their points really don't affect the team that much. They're just gonna get it however they can get it.
That's true, man. I can get behind what you're saying.
Because during that series, if Tyronn Lue would have made the decision, we're going double on KD and let Steph go, they would never won that final.
Yeah,
I could never won that final
because I can dig what you're saying.
You feel me? I'd rather keep KD. I'd rather keep Steph on the lock and let KD go than keep KD on the lock and let Steph go. It's more demoralizing to let Steph go.
Yeah, because he's coming off them screens better. KD, like you said, KD does have to set it up and get his, but Steph, man, and that's the thing. Steph is a true point guard where KD is more of a shooting guard. He's a small forward because of his height, but he's a shooting guard. Versus, and I think Tatum is a true shooting guard, like you said, whereas Luka's a point guard.
He's probably like a hybrid, because I'll put him at the 2 and the 1.
Who, Tatum?
No, Luka.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 and the 1, because I seen instances when they had Jalen Brunson running the point, they had Luka running the 2.
For sure.
So his version that way, he could probably play the 2, the 3, even the 4, because he'll pulse. His footwork is immaculate. So he could push you up in a block. I've seen him post big guys up.
Yeah, for sure.
So I give him a 1 to the 3.
And Tatum's more of a 2 and 3.
2 and 3. I want to give him the 1. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, his IQ is not there for me to run that.
It's not there yet.
The smartest player in Boston to me clearly is Marcus Smart, IQ wise.
Yeah, for sure.
His IQ is immaculate. That's a wide reason why they have him making the decisions on the ball.
Yeah.
He's not even a true point guard, really, when you think about it. Marcus Smart's not a true point guard.
You think he's a shooting guard?
Yeah, he just became a point guard this year.
Yeah.
Prior years, like you think about it, Terry Rozier was there, Kyrie was there. He was always playing the 2.
Isaiah Thomas.
He was a lockdown defensive guy. That's what they brought him for.
Yeah.
But short as a point guard they had, that's why they were like, you know what? With your great IQ, which I respect the coach for that.
Yeah.
He said, man, your IQ is so great. I just let you make decisions. I know whatever it is going to turn out well, and that's what's been going on to me.
He's a great player. I love Marcus Smart and the way he plays the game and defensively, and he's got a clip on him too. He's got a hell of a clip on him. I mean, it was the last series he made somebody fall or almost fall, make them touch earth. But I mean, I'll say Tatum. I don't know. I think if he had that IQ, if he can develop, because I think it's all about getting experience. Lucas has experience being the guy. I have the ball in my hand, so I know where to move it and how to get it where it's going. Tatum has experience being, hey, you've never played the one. You've never been the one. Luka is, hey, I am the whole team, because even like they made it this far really off the strength of him, and Phoenix just imploded kind of. But you got to have experience being, hey, because then you realize, I got to pass. That's how you build the IQ. If you're never in a position to fail at it, kind of, and to take the L's that come with it, then you don't really build that IQ up. So that's one thing that I was saying. Like, if I wish Tatum had his own team to really just go stupid.
It's not like the IQ is there, but the only difference is Luka. I think you said it right. Experience. Luka has more experience than an 8-year veteran player. He's just like 4th year in the league. People forget he's been playing pro since he was 16.
Yeah.
In Europe, which is the second most competitive league in the world besides the NBA. So he's got a veteran experience. Just his age says different because he started so young. That's one thing I acknowledge completely. He got over all of his fellow rookie classes.
Oh yeah.
He came in ready. That's why it was mind-boggling for me why he was not the number 1 draft pick to this day.
Yeah, who? Because he was
DeAndre Jordan was number 1.
DeAndre
He was number 4.
Yeah.
It was DeAndre Jordan. Your boy,
DeAndre Ayton, and then
your
Trae
boy from
Young.
Duke. Nah, your boy from Duke that went to Sacramento. What was his name, man? I forgot his name. He was at Duke.
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, he was at Duke. Then he got drafted by Sacramento. He's still there. Then
Fox.
No, it wasn't Fox. Fox was already there. This dude was a power forward / small forward from Sacramento Kings.
Nah, wait. It says Luka went 3rd. So it had to be DeAndre Ayton, Trae Young, then Luka.
There was another dude that went before Luka.
DeAndre, Luka, Jaren Jackson, then Trae Young. Okay.
There's a Duke player in there. What's that Duke player?
It wasn't.
Because he was a number 1 prospect.
What the heck? Here, this is NBA.com, so this gotta be that. Oh, Marvin Bagley.
That's what I was saying. Marvin Bagley. So he was like 4th. Luka was 4th.
He was 3rd.
3rd. Oh,
and
I thought Trae Young. Yeah, so they traded him for Trae Young. So Trae Young got moved up to 3rd. Luka got moved up, switched spots with Trae Young
to the 5th. Yeah.
Atlanta did that. Yeah.
Stupid. Well, I mean, Trae Young's a killer too, but I definitely would take Luka over him just because of the size.
It's all about winning games. Trae Young can give me those stats. I want to win games, bro.
Yeah.
I want a player who wins games. That's what I think LeBron brings to the table. Luka brings to the table.
Yeah.
They're just all about winning games. Whatever I gotta do to win games, if I gotta put up 50, cool, I'll do it. If I gotta stay down to 25 and give out 15 assists and bang a little bit, give you 15 rebounds, I'll do it. Because he's improved defensively too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he's only gonna get like swoller. Because even LeBron, bro, like you gotta think.
Just cut. Because he's already got that. He's a big. But you're not gonna bully him. He got size on him. It's just him toning down and getting in shape. He wasn't in shape.
Yeah.
Remember the beginning of the season, he came out of shape.
Yeah.
He had to play himself into shape.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he would have came in shape?
It's the same with LeBron, bro. Don't you remember? It was like, I think it was like when he went back to Cleveland or something. It's like he dropped like, it was like he was already that dude, and then he like dropped like I think like 10, 15 pounds and like just
got lighter toner. I remember.
Yeah, like it's like Luka's gonna come into that point. Because imagine Luka swole. Right now he don't even look like he lift. Imagine him like
just cut up,
swole, because it's like, bro, that extra, all that is, bro, is like showing that dedication, bro. Luka goes in and hoops. He don't need it. But once he gets that, I think it's another level. Same with Jason Tatum. If Jason Tatum were to add like 10 to 20 pounds to where like now when he goes to the rack, bro, there's no stopping him like LeBron and them, it'll be a wrap.
My only concern about Jason Tatum putting on weight, because this game is way different from Luka. Jason Tatum game it has speed.
Yeah.
You feel me? He has speed. He beats you with the calls over his speed. He got to use agility a lot, and that puts pressure on your knees. It affects your speed. Luka, he plays at his own pace. You can't speed him up. You can't slow him down. So him putting on that extra weight is just going to help him, because he's not a player that's going to relying on his athleticism or his speed to beat you. His fundamentals is going to beat you.
Yeah.
So he could get away with putting on that weight to me.
Yeah.
But a guy like Jason Tatum, who depends a little bit on his athleticism and his agility on the floor, that's going to mess up his game just a little bit.
Yeah, especially, it depends on how much. I'd say 5 to 10 pounds, but like,
on the legs too, because his footwork, legs, got to be up there, man.
Tatum, he's just one of them ones, bro. It's like, I don't know. I mean, weight doesn't really need it, because, I mean, you look at Kevin Durant, he hadn't really put on no weight, and he's still an assassin. So it's like,
he's an assassin, but
he.
I'm gonna put it this way. Same thing. I put the same category I gave Jason Tatum and Luka. If I need a stats between Luka and Kevin Durant right now, if I need a 45-50, I'll take Kevin.
Easy.
But if I want to win the game, I'm taking Luka.
For sure. Because, I mean, KD even, I mean,
You got some
he's
points
not
where
a
you
winner
could. Yeah,
like
you
that.
got some. There you go.
He's not a winner like that. And I think you said it earlier, bro. The best point you said was like Luka looked up to LeBron, whereas Kobe, Tatum looked up to Kobe. It's like LeBron, and it took me a while to realize LeBron is the alpha on any other player in the league. If LeBron's on the other team with a healthy team, I'm picking LeBron. The only person that's on the way to changing that is
Luka.
Giannis and Luka too. But Giannis is that dominant. No one can stop him, but he has to have a scorer. And see, but here's the thing: if you know, LeBron didn't have a jumper like that when he came into the league.
Oh yeah, he
Now
on that.
he has that step back three. He's got a clip on him. He has got a clip on him. I mean, you watch.
He can get hot.
He can get hot from deep. He can be behind the line. When Giannis gets that, it's over with.
I seen him playing around with it a little bit. Like he'll, feel me. Nowadays, players are playing him more honest, just a little bit more than they did before. Because before it's borderline disrespectful.
Yeah, like
You
please
feel
shoot, please shoot the three.
Bros be on the free throw line while running the 3-point shot, looking
Yeah,
for the
like-
pass. But nah, he'll pull up, he'll look, and he'll give you maybe 3 for 5 a night just to keep the defense honest for the most part. But
It's so slow, and when he gets it to where it's like they have to respect him more, and it's like LeBron's got that step back clip. It's over, but I mean, Luka. The thing about Luka, bruh,
fundamentals.
he's already got the clip. He already plays at his own speed. He's already got the strength. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, like Grant Williams in that series was giving Giannis trouble. Like there was times where Grant Williams came on to Giannis, and Giannis was like, he passed it out.
That's the reason when you said we put LeBron and Giannis and Doncic in there, I got to take Giannis out of it because Giannis is not as dominant as LeBron and Luka offensively.
Yeah,
Giannis, I've seen him stop.
Yeah.
If everybody know the recipe to stopping Giannis, get that wall together because his 3-point shot, he's trying. I give him respect.
Yeah.
He knows that's his reading. He's trying, but he ain't there yet.
He's not
still in
there
the
at all.
process. Because
He's got to get there.
those 3-point shots he be hitting the last ones, the way he releases, you can tell if anybody contests that shot, he gonna miss it.
Yeah.
The only reason he's
Slow
making
ass
it because he's
release.
getting so much space.
Yeah.
He's taking his time, adjusting his feet,
Yeah.
getting his. Nah,
Yeah,
you're
like
not
it-
gonna do that when it's being contested.
Yeah, for
you feel
sure.
me?
You're right. Luka's got the clip. He's got the step back, hand in the face, double team, game on the line. I'm hitting that.
And he can play with you in the back, post
Yeah.
up. So
And he can drive. He can drive on anybody. He's just heavy and strong. So you're right. But if Giannis were to get that shot, he's definitely in that talk. But like you said, man, it's too easy to stop him with the wall. And like he'll hit the little slow three, but teams are gonna give him that. It's when he starts hitting a three on a step back or you know what I'm saying.
that's gonna be how long you think that's gonna come back?
I'd say it'll take him 3 to 4 years. He's so young though. But I say in the next, because it took LeBron a long time.
But
there was a time when, as a Spurs fan, that was the same defense they had against LeBron. Build a wall, let him shoot. Please shoot the ball. We would rather you shoot than drive, because when you drive, we cannot stop you. But when you shoot the ball. But now you can't do that with LeBron. He's got a clip, but it takes years. It takes the experience. It takes the
even if you date LeBron 3-point shooting, like shit, you can take it back to his Miami days. Back then, we were the number 1 3-point shooting team in the league. We were Golden State before Golden State. People just don't talk about it that much because we the one that starts stretching the floor, shooting 3-pointers in a high clip in the Heat days. When we had guys like Chris Paul stretching it out, we had Shane Battier stretching it out, we had Ray Allen. LeBron was hitting too. And at the time, that's when Pat really wanted LeBron to play that Draymond Green role that Golden State when they played. That's why he wanted LeBron to be more in the block. And I heard they had a little differences about that. That's one of the reasons LeBron also moved on because he didn't want to play that block.
Yeah.
That's why when he came to Cleveland, he lost that weight. He slimmed down.
Yeah.
They would try to get him to bulk up when he was at Miami so he could play that block, play the point, move the ball around, and he didn't want to do that. He wanted to get his hands on everything.
Hey, bro, I think he wanted to build that clip because even like you saying, he was shooting it in Miami, but that's because you had Ray Allen over here, Battier over here. Did they have JJ Redick at one point? They had another.
No, we didn't have JJ Redick.
They had there was another 3-point
Mario
shooter.
Chalmers.
yeah.
Rio.
But I mean, LeBron had hit the open three, but now it's like
the contestant he's hitting that too.
now he's hitting that contested too, and it just takes time to get there. So I mean, I think we'll see. But Giannis, you're right, bro. Even right now, Giannis can hit any shot on the court.
But you
Anytime. I mean, not Giannis. Luka can hit any shot on the court right now.
You giving Giannis 3 years to get that shot. That's a long ass time, bro.
Yeah.
That's a long. Because I'm thinking like 3 years. Giannis already has everything. He has the whole package. The only thing that's waiting for is surrounding him with the talent he needs, and that's coming. Everybody knows anything
there.
about Mark Cuban is he's not cheap when it comes to going on free agency and dropping that money. Yeah. So in that 3 year period that Giannis is working on his game to improve, which I think he should have been doing that a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's the thing about players. Like if you're good at something already, work on your weakness. Giannis just realized that now he had to work on the weakness when people start calling him out on it. He should have been doing this a long time ago.
Yeah.
You feel me? Why would you work on something you're good at already? What's the point of be versatile as possible as a player so you don't become as predictable on the court?
I get it, but I also gotta say, like, he's unstoppable. It's just a different style of play. He didn't have his number two. With a good number two, bro, with Middleton on the court, bro, they would be in the finals right now.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think the only reason he got that ring because Coach Monte, I don't know if it was arrogance or if he was just being naive. That's the thing, because during that series last year when Milwaukee won that,
who did they beat again?
They beat Phoenix in the finals.
Okay, yeah.
When they beat Phoenix, everybody knew the formula to beat Giannis.
Yeah.
I think we played that formula with them, Miami, because we faced them in the conference finals and they beat us. We played that formula with them as far as putting the roadblock up there. And Giannis was not affected. The person that really killed it was Chris Middleton.
Yes.
And we know if you let Giannis dominate like that, give him the floor, the free throw line open, you don't have no wall there at the free throw line to meet him. He's gonna 1-2 step, he's at the rim. It's over. He's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And if you commit too much, you're gonna start passing it out into these shooters. They're gonna get you back.
Yeah.
So when Phoenix came against Milwaukee, they went away from that.
Yeah.
They tried to put they had single coverage on Giannis. They had DeAndre Jordan guarding Giannis.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster. He's not agile enough to put over him. He could have just went to the same route everybody did. You got a lot of wing players who got size. You got dude from Phoenix with the dreads, the power forward. I know they got Mikal Bridges. The other dude, what's his name? I think he came from Marquette. He just came to Phoenix not too recently.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of his name. Let me look at their starting five. But I mean, you got a really big point.
Crowder.
Yes.
You could have had guys like that easy to build a wall against him, but he wanted to go unorthodox. I'm like, everybody's showing you the recipe how to beat this guy, and you want to go up against it. It's like, I'm gonna put it to you this way: New Orleans, only thing they did was show people how to beat Phoenix.
Yeah,
they showed you the blueprint. Even though they lost, they gave everybody the blueprint how to beat Phoenix. Pick up Chris Paul full court and make sure in the defensive end you make him work. Put him on the post, make him work.
Bully him on the defense.
And look, he broke down.
Yeah.
All Dallas did was take New Orleans blueprint and just implying in their game.
Yep. And then after that, he's working so hard on defense it affects his offense. He doesn't have the energy to add points at the end of the game and hit those big threes.
True.
And bro, so.
Remember that perfect game he had against New Orleans?
Yeah.
When he was like, 15 for 15?
Yeah.
He didn't have to do nothing in that game.
Yeah. You got to put that. And like you said, Dallas started doing the screens. So now he's on Luka. Boom, bully. He's too small. Or even the other guy who was scoring, not Dinwiddie, but Brunson. Even him. Basically just make him work. Whoever he's on, we're attacking. It's like in football, bro. If you got a new corner, starting corner gets out, you got a rookie corner or something like that, or a linebacker who's a rookie, we're throwing it. Whoever he has, we're throwing it to him every fucking game.
It's about the weakness.
Matchup. Yep.
That's why I like this. It's to me, I look at it as chess. When you can stay on the top of the key and you look at the matchup for you, the weaknesses, and you call that matchup.
Call that screen, yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? That's it.
I think that's going to be a key part of this series with Golden State and and the Celtics as well, because you feel me, foul trouble is going to play huge at the end of the game, because the Celtics do only have a certain few players that can create their own shot, but the Warriors do as well. And I mean, Draymond is starting to become a liability offensively, but defensively they need him. So it's like, if you get him in trouble late in the game, that's going to almost kill Golden State.
It's going to be almost, because don't remember when he got pulled, they still won that game. When he got pulled, because he was playing great. The thing about Golden State is Celtics offense is not as fluid as Golden State, so they need players who can create their own shots. Whereas Golden State, their offense is fluid. They don't need players who can create their own shot, because everything's through screens.
Everything's through
Everything's
screens,
screen. If Steph don't be creating, I mean, sometimes he'll do a little shake and bake. For the most part, he's coming off screens, hitting shot. So they don't need to really create their own shots.
Yeah. That's what's crazy. And it's like they can, but they don't need to.
They don't need to. It's something to have at the backup.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's
the game they won last on Saturday night. He had to get loose. He had to, like you said, pull it out the back pocket, keep the ace in the hole. But it's like when they're playing their best ball and when everybody's hitting,
he don't have to do that.
He don't have to do it, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, like you said earlier, Steve Kerr kind of implemented that system where it's like, our deadliest players coming off screens, and we'll set 3-4 screens for them in one play, and it's like it's impossible to keep up. The Celtics, man, I don't know. I mean, like you said, I wouldn't be mad if they won. I would kind of be a little mad. I want the Warriors to win because I feel like they're the better team, but at the same time, if you look at it from end to end, the Celtics are a really good team. Like, and
I agree.
I would just say the Warriors have the best player in Steph, but it's like after that you can make an argument like the next 2 or 3 players, because you got Tatum right now is better than Clay right now. Not overall Clay in the history, but right now Clay, Tatum's better. And then next to that, Jaylen Brown, I feel like he's just as effective as Clay because his defense. His offense is good, but his defense is killer. And then you got Marcus Smart, who can create his own shot. He's a defensive player of the year. Draymond and Marcus Smart might be neck and neck, but I mean, Draymond's offense has fallen off so hard. I have to put Marcus Smart above him.
I'll take Marcus Smart over Draymond. I'm gonna keep
right now. Yeah,
right now I will. 'Cause Marcus Smart, like, first of all,
he's got a clip.
Like, all right, when you said size matter, which is cool, but at the same time, the game is being played in the. It's not being played in the interior no more. It's getting played in the perimeter.
Yeah.
The game it's a perimeter game right now.
Yeah.
So you need guys who could guard in the perimeter. I'm not really tripping on guys who could guard in the paint. It's cool because you could fit anybody in that position. But getting guys who could guard perimeter, because it's a 3-point shooting league right now.
9 out of 10 teams are best players on the perimeter.
You have to. Like, that's why I feel like Lakers are gonna struggle. Because that perimeter defense they lack. And this is a 3-point shooting team. That's why they get burnt all the time. They don't have guys who can sit on that chair and guard the perimeter.
Yeah, and they don't, because I mean LeBron could, but he's old. AD, he's old, and then Westbrook is old too. I mean, at the end of the day, and I don't know what happened with him, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I feel like LeBron. I'm interested to see them healthy.
Let's get into the Lakers real quick. I got a lot to say about that. What do you see from them when they're healthy?
So like if they're healthy, just off the strength of LeBron being, I feel like the most dominant player in the league, I feel like they could. I don't know. Well, I really don't know, because Westbrook is such a liability, and their role players are so the drop off is huge. Like Westbrook, to me, if he can, I feel like he has to come off the bench, and if he can come off the bench and just be as good as he was back in the day, because he cannot drive like he did with LeBron on the court. But if he can come off when LeBron's off the court and he comes in and he can create points and score, okay. But if he can't do that, bro, I don't know. I really don't know if they'll make it out the West.
One thing I hear what you're saying completely. One thing I say about any great team is sacrifice. That's the key.
Yeah.
People are willing to sacrifice, and here's the way that people go wrong. They're feeling like Well, if I sacrifice, he has to sacrifice. No,
Yeah.
you're sacrificing for the betterment of the team. That's what it is. You're not sacrificing to an individual. You're sacrificing for the betterment of the team. Let's see, the benefit of the team means LeBron's going to run the team. We go his way. Everybody sacrifice again around LeBron, which is the key for us winning. That's what it is. People don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't see too many sacrifices in that Laker team, and that's my issue. AD doesn't sacrifice. And that pisses me off. Like the fact that you're not willing to sacrifice and play the 5.
Yeah.
Because it's been taunted all over again. Lakers will be more successful with AT at the 5 because he's able to protect the perimeter and inside. And he's able to protect the rim. And come on the perimeter and stretch the floor.
Yeah.
But he's not going to do that because he don't want to bang.
Yeah.
So now I've seen games where LeBron is banging out there. Why is the oldest guy on the team the best player having to do the most sacrifices?
Yeah, that's true.
You're not gonna win like that. Westbrook didn't sacrifice me. He's another one. He doesn't know how to sacrifice. He's an individual stats guy.
Yeah. And he had that year where he won the MVP.
That was the worst thing that ever happened to him and the league. And I blame people for that because the fact that people gave him an MVP for playing such a poor brand of winning basketball.
Yeah.
And he got rewarded for that.
And it was he did it because of the triple double thing. He averaged a triple double, but it's like, bro, like you said, you could have the stats, but if you ain't got the wins behind it, because if somebody's averaging a triple double, I mean, I think that year, I don't know if they even made it out the first round of the playoffs.
They did it. They got eliminated in the first round of playoffs.
So it's a lot to be said to that, and I feel like Westbrook, like you said, bro, the way you said it was good. Like, if I got to sacrifice, he's got to sacrifice. Don't worry about what he got to sacrifice. You got to realize you are the third best player on this team. And even, like, so if AD's healthy and LeBron's healthy, them two are the ones getting the first and second option. Then, honestly, if depending on who the shooters are, they might be the third option on the shot because you are not a shooter like that. Go get rebounds, drive the basket, kick it out. Average 10, 10, and 8. You know, average 10, 12, and 8. 10 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds. That's what helped the team so much. You spreading the ball versus you averaging 25, 5, and 5. Your rebounds and your assists mean more to this team, but he wants to get his buckets. They got a new coach. I don't know who it'll be. I mean, I don't know. I know it's the Ham guy, but I don't know if it'll make much of a difference.
He's gonna come into the same issue with Westbrook because end of the day, I think all coaches I feel like any coach who's able to get his team to buy 100% into his system will be a successful coach. Yeah. That's a struggle as a coach, really getting your players to buy 100% to your system. And with Westbrook, I don't see him doing that. He has Westbrook. Like, no offense, this is just talking to him as a player, not even as a man, because I'm not going to take it that far. But
yeah,
as a player, his awareness levels is completely low. He's
like
not
self-awareness.
His self-awareness low. I don't feel like he's the type that will go in the room and read the room well.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that mental
gonna
capacity.
Say the room needs to read me. Yeah.
What is bro? What is?
Yeah, nah.
That's the thing about him, and like. In life, I feel like even as a player, the only way you improve, not even as a player, as a person in life, the only way you improve is taking accountability for your own action.
You gotta look in the mirror.
That's how you improve. That's how you get better. Like, you don't think LeBron don't hear all this talks about him being so poor in the free throw line at the end of games?
Yeah.
Going from 70%, kicking up maybe to 80, 90.
Yeah.
He missed all the time, but to Westbrook, that's not it. His remarks when he said about Frank Vogel on his way out really set me up. I was like, this guy, as a player, he's got to be delusional.
Yeah, and that's
you heard his statements, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't given a fair chance.
And it's like fool.
Yo,
it's one of them things where it's like, bro, I hope that the failure that he had this year opens his eyes to being more self-aware, like you're saying, to where it's like, okay, because it can't be, it was a coach, and hopefully he understands, bro. And everybody knows LeBron is the alpha. Like, you know, I don't want to take it in the fight or nothing, but I'm picking LeBron. Like, even though at one point he had he's not a killer, he's not a beast. LeBron is the alpha. So it's like you have to, even if you don't see it if he gets to a point where he butts heads with LeBron, he's gone.
That's
on the bench. Fuck out of here.
It's not even that. I don't even think like LeBron will not be the type of person I believe that will force his play, like force people to hit the bench, stuff like that. I don't think, because he cares about how his teammates look at him, how he's portrayed by his teammates.
Yeah.
So he always had a great relationship with his teammates. Now, if you start overstepping his bounds, seeing like this guy didn't hit the bench and this guy, it's definitely gonna ruffle some feathers around the bench and probably even in the league.
I feel like Russell Westbrook's one of them only people who, like you said, 95% of the players playing with LeBron will say, whatever you say, big dog, you LeBron. I feel like Westbrook is like, hey, bro, like you said, like I'm him too, and it's like, bro, you gotta. It's like, forget what you say. I don't care what's said. The play is what matters, bro. And you was out there hitting the side of the backboard, missing layups, not playing no defense.
Ball hitting off your knee, going out of bounds on a fast break.
Man, like, so it's like, at this point, it don't matter what's said, the mentalities, none of that.
Accountability.
You take accountability because you suck. You played horribly. And at the end of the day, whose fault is that but yours? And
the thing about the sad thing is, like, he's always, instead of him taking accountability, he's trying to think about how to twist the narrative.
Yeah,
he does that all the time. Like, the fact that he showed up to the press conference of the new head coach, he was at the press conference representing him, just to say, well, I mean, from day one, I showed him love. Just in case some friction happened in the future, he can say, well, from day one, I kept it 100. I showed him love, showed it to his press conference. Same thing he tried to pull with Frank Vogel, talking about, I sent him a bottle of champagne as soon as I got on the team as a good gesture. What is that supposed to mean, bro? That don't give you an excuse to, like, put the man's job on the line, and you basically got him fired. Let's keep it 100. Because from what I heard, I'm just basing it on from rumors, not 100% sure. From what I heard was, things got so bad at LA that the Lakers front office went to Van Vogel and told him, hey, guy, do whatever you need to do to get this team going. Whatever you decide to do, we got your back. Even if it means sitting down, benching Russ. Yeah. But they're putting him between a rock and a hard spot because he's like, man, if I bench this guy right now and down the season, let's say things don't go well and I need him back for certain thing, there's no way I could call upon him.
Yeah.
He's not going to give me what I need him to do. He's not going to fight for me. So Frank Vogel, against what the office said, still had to keep Russ in the starting lineup just to keep him engaged, just in case something happened in the future, and it got him fired.
And furthermore, I agree with that 100%. And Russell Westbrook, so much money on the books, no one's gonna trade him out. So it's like he is there, he's stuck there. So it's like, no matter what, if it's not working, we got to get rid of you because we can't get rid of Russell Westbrook because no one's gonna take on this contract. On top of the money, it's too much money on top of him playing horribly.
He knows that. It's like, when you're somewhere where you're not wanted, most people like, when it comes to me in life, I'd rather be where I'm celebrated than where I'm tolerated.
Yeah,
and Russ I feel like he doesn't really care. It doesn't bother him that much.
He doesn't give a shit. He got that, he's got that football mentality of like, I don't give a fuck. But it's like, bro, at the end of the day, that's why I said I hope last year's play puts it into perspective for him of, bro, I gotta do whatever it takes for us to win.
Win. That's it.
Just win because LeBron's a proven winner. AD's a proven winner. You're the only one that ain't.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it real with you. When it comes to Russ, it could be so simple with this guy. Russ, why don't you just change your game up and decided to be a lockdown defender for this team?
Yes,
you could change so much. You guys winning will go because I don't want to hear excuse of age. You are still athletic. You still go 100%. Your pace is still up there in the league. If you devote that into locking down and playing defense, you'll be all right. Yeah, offensively, you won't have nothing left in the tank, but this is about the team winning. It's not about you. If you do this, the team will win. Yes, if you don't do this, the team will not go forward.
Yes.
Like, it's that simple. That's what I'm saying. I'm like...
And it's like
Russell fooled everybody. I'm gonna keep it real. He fooled me at that point because as athletic it is, I thought he was a defensive juggernaut.
Yeah,
bro, he looks like he will lock somebody down when you look at him. Like, and the way he goes about the game, being in his chest. I'm like, bro, he goes about the game like Marcus Smart. The only difference is Marcus Smart actually does it in defense, and Russ doesn't do it. It's just cap. I went up to his MVP season. I looked that up, bro. Oh God. They said every point guard in the Western Conference had their best game when they went up against Russ that year.
Damn.
Can you believe it? Every point guard had their best game that year when they went up against Russ.
And it makes sense to me because it's like he's putting all his energy into the stats, into the offense, and it's crazy. But you're right, bro. And it's like now, like it's just like you said, take all the energy you're using to try and score and shit. Just lock down, because if you provide that lockdown, AD's gonna provide the lockdown down. LeBron down low. LeBron's still a great.
It's contagious.
And then you're gonna get more shots because it's like, bro, even you're not gonna score the same way you used to by driving. But it's like, bro, you can be the 3-and-D guy. I'm the best defensive player, and when LeBron drives and then he kicks it to that guy who's a shooter, let's say they get, I don't know who it be, but a great ass shooter. Now they're gonna fall back on him and then you move the ball to me. Boom, that's how I get my shot.
I'm gonna add something a little bit more to that. One of the main problems with the Lakers is the number of shots they got. It's very low compared to other teams.
Yeah.
The number of shots they get off a game is pretty low. Their possession is very low compared to other teams as far as shots in the offense. And
they move slow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's say there's 90 shots available during the game, while other teams are averaging 140 shots to 150 shots. And between these 90 shots, you got to split between LeBron and KD and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work because Russ, he strikes me as a rhythm player. Yeah. Like, you got to give him 20 shots, and out of the first 5 shots, he's probably gonna score and make a blooper. Then when he's hitting, he's on fire. Everything's struggling.
He's got to get it. Yeah,
100%. You don't have that luxury on this team.
Yeah.
You don't have that extra 5 shots where you can fuck off. I mean, where you can mess around.
Yeah.
Then get shit together. You don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
So the
100%.
best way to create more possession to me and get more shots, lock down on defense. Defense will generate more shots for you guys. More possession.
Yes, bro.
That's the only way you're gonna get more possessions, is by locking down on defense. There's no way you could cheat. There's no offensive system that's gonna get you more possession than y'all currently getting with the way y'all playing.
And you said it perfect, bro, because it's like on OKC, he could shoot out of his first 10 shots, he might make 2 of them. And no one's gonna say nothing.
Then after that, he goes on fire, and people forget, like, all right, it was worth it.
It was worth it, but on this team, like you said, bro, LeBron is old, AD is old. Like you said, he's not trying to bang, he has to bang. And then who else is on the team? You have got to slow down. You have got to slow down, and every shot counts more. And you are not a shooter, so you can't do that. But I mean, I still have faith because he's such an I think that's the perfect thing for him to do. Have 10 points, like I said, 10 measly points, but you got 12 assists because LeBron, when he drives an 80, kick it to you, you kick it right to somebody, or you drive too because you're good and kick it. And then you have 10 to 12 rebounds. Just straight work because LeBron's got the clip. LeBron's got the step back. LeBron's got it. AD's got it on the block. But like you said, they play a slow brand of basketball. They're going to dump it down, or LeBron's going to take his time, get back to the basket, try and bully, or you feel me, hit his little crossover and then just bully. But, I mean, it's humbling, bro. And it's like, it's crazy you said in his MVP season, people had their best game against him when he was playing them. It's like, bro, all that athleticism, bro, you should be a juggernaut on defense, bro.
There's no excuse for that. That's our problem. I'm like, when it comes to defense, bro, I don't want to hear no excuses. Because defense, to me, the first thing is effort. There you go. Don't tell me I was impressed with skills. It's all about effort. It's whether you want to do it or not. That's why I respect defensive players so much, like Marcus Smart, bro, because it's in them. There's no cap about that, bro.
They're just trying their hardest every play.
You gotta respect that.
You have to.
And Russ, he's thinking like, people saying, man, Russ is a type of player. People keep saying that, and it bothers me. They say that Russ is the type of player that gives you everything every night. He doesn't shortchange you.
Right.
He's shortchanging me on defense, bro.
Yeah.
All that talking thing he does is cap to me. But on defense, I get shortchanging all the time. It's been doing this for a couple of years. And the only person that I should be getting that type of credit that y'all giving Russ as far as he don't cheat you is Marcus Smart.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy is the reason they say they don't cheat him is because he has those first 10 shots that might not do shit. But if he's shooting, he's driving. It's like, but offense is like, it's like in football, like the quarterback and the receivers and the running backs get more love than the linemen because it's a more showy position. It's the same thing with basketball. It's like scoring gets you more love than playing defense. Playing good defense, bro, it goes unnoticed a lot of the time. Like, but it means
It
just
is the
as
difference. It is the ultimate difference because everybody can have offense. Like one
it
thing about the
means
league,
so much.
man,
It means so much to the team. It's because it's infectious, one, and if you can slow down their best player, bro, that is, I think, a huge key to being a winning team and winning games. Like you said, winning games. That's what you're there to do. So
they say, they always say defense wins championship, and I know it's a cliche,
yeah,
but it's a true story.
It's
I
true, man.
promise you, because like when I evaluate the league right now, anybody could give you 50 in this league. That's how talented the league has
every
gotten
team
so far.
has somebody who
Bro,
can give you 50.
I know people that could come out to G League, start in the NBA, and give you 45 in a
Easy.
given night. In a given night, anybody could tear you up. The biggest difference is defense, consistent defense.
Consistent
Defense.
When you know it's a problem, when you know, just like back when the Spurs was playing LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, how valuable was he? He could slow him down.
He only slowed him down to 28 points. LeBron was still averaging 28 points during those finals, but Kawhi slowed him down to that point. He got an MVP out of it.
And that's because this
It made a difference.
It makes a difference. It's the same with Steph. You might slow him down to 25, 28, but that's better than him having that 35, 40. Or Luka, you might slow him down to 28, 30. That's better than him going off. And it just means more. So, I mean, the Lakers, man, because I used to hate LeBron, like with a passion. I used to think he was shit. I used to hate him. But now it's like he's earned my respect, bro, twice over. And, I would love, bro. I told my cousin this one time, bro, like, LeBron could have 7 rings before it's all said and done, because the thing with LeBron is his longevity is there. He's gonna be another Tom Brady playing. I mean, he's already there. He's already how many years he's been in the league? Like 16 or something like that. And he's better than he was when he started. When you look at Kobe and Mike at that late in their careers, they were shit.
That's true. And I feel like LeBron has to go. That longevity, he knows is important, because that's the only way he can get the rings, because he's had the toughest road in the finals than all the other greats. Yeah. LeBron was the only time he was not an underdog in the final was in that Dallas series.
Yeah, and
that's the only time, because the Spurs, he was underdogs to me in both series.
Oh yeah,
Spurs had the best record both years in that league.
We had Tim Duncan, the best power forward in the history of the game.
Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Steven Jackson,
and we had the best coach in the history of the game.
On top of that, you got Kawhi Leonard, a young stud coming back with this old vest. Bro, LeBron, bro, he was an underdog in every single finals this man's ever played, except for one. He's been in 10 finals.
LeBron's never had a number 2 as good as Scottie Pippen. Never. Dwayne Wade.
He had it, and Dwayne Wade was on the back end. Let's forget, it's not like he had Dwayne Wade in his prime like MJ had Scott in his prime. Yeah. Dwayne Wade in his prime was with Shaq winning championship. If LeBron had that Dwayne Wade, LeBron has done so much with so little compared to his old greats, and they don't want to admit it. It drives me crazy.
And he's never had someone as dominant as Shaq. Kobe had Shaq. He had Kevin Love and Chris Bosh, who were both good, but Shaq was Shaq.
We're not even going to speak Kevin Love in the same breath as a Shaq. I'm not even going to put Kyrie. Kyrie Irving is not even close to the same breath as a Dwayne Wade in his prime or as a Shaq. And just with Kyrie, look at what he was able to do. Yeah. Like, I just wonder sometimes, like, what if? People say, what if LeBron this? What if LeBron that? What if LeBron had a Hall of Fame coach like Phil Jackson, like Kobe had and MJ had? Or LeBron have, Hall of Fame teammates in their primes like Kobe had and like Jordan had. People don't want to have those uncomfortable discussions at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, bro. I mean, to me, I would be on the other side of it in the past, but I mean, he's earned my respect, bro. And the truth is the truth, bro. He had Dwayne Wade on the backside. He had Ray Allen on the backside. Like, at the end of the day, bro, he's MJ's number 2, Scottie Pippen, and then even Dennis Rodman. I wouldn't put Chris Bosh or Kevin Love in the same breath as Dennis Rodman. Offensively, yeah, but that's because Dennis Rodman sold out defense. Yeah. He said, I don't need to score. He could have scored if he wanted to.
I'm so great in defense. I don't need to score. But he was a championship winner before he came to Chicago. He was with the bad boy Pistons.
So he knew, man, all I got to do is rebound and play my role. Whereas I mean, LeBron hadn't had so those two, and then with Kobe, he had Shaq, and he had the best coach. You know, Eric Spoelstra is going to be a Hall of Fame coach, but you can't tell me without LeBron, Eric Spoelstra would even still be at Miami right now.
He was learning on the fly. Don't give me that. He's a Hall of Fame coach now, but at the time, you got to give LeBron just as much credit.
Yes.
He took so many rookie head coaches to their first finals, bro.
Yeah.
Like, where does this knowledge come from? Tyronn Lue was a rookie head coach playing in the finals.
Yeah.
So was Eric Spoelstra.
And they're both of them are getting hella credit now, but it's like
Mike Brown.
and he's not even. He's never gonna probably be a head coach again in his life. I don't think.
People forget, like, man, that's crazy.
So I mean, I'm not a like. I don't love LeBron, but it's like he's got all my respect. Like I love him as a player. I love him as like I realize he is the most dominant alpha player in the league right now. Steph is there, but I mean, to me, you're not. I don't think LeBron would ever lose a 3-1 lead ever.
He won't. And even when you
Especially
said
in the finals, dude.
one important thing you said was respect, and that's when people don't take accountability. You cannot like the player, but just have respect. Like on God, like everybody who knows me know I never liked Kobe. I didn't like his brand of basketball, that last minute shit. I didn't feel like he played in the team basketball until the last letter of his years when he got linked up with Paul Gasol.
Yeah.
But he made me respect this game. Because end of the day, he won, and that's all that matters. How he won, I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
But end of the day, it's all about winning. That's all I care about, and he did that. So I had to respect him.
That's the same with me and LeBron. It's like I didn't, because I wanted him to be more like Kobe, more, give it to me and get out the way. But no, he knows what he needs to do to win, whether that's facilitating, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, being a point forward, which is essentially facilitating again. But, there's times where he could take over as well. I just like winning is winning. And it's like, it's not fair to him to say he lost so many finals. Because honestly, bro, his run in the East, which will be forgotten, but he was the most, like, it was like, even that last year he beat the Celtics when they had Tatum and them were like rookies or whatever. He beat the Celtics.
With nobody.
Nobody.
He had Isaiah Thomas, Crowder,
bro.
Your boy Hood, Rodney Hood.
Because they traded everybody and brought all these new people in. And that was at the time he won the Eastern Conference Finals and he was laying on the floor just like looking up. He did it all by himself. And it's like,
that's the year Kyrie left him. And that's Kyrie is a similar guy to...
Kyrie went to the Celtics and then they got Isaiah. And then and it's like, bro, that was the one year where I was like, okay, this guy is the king. This guy is the king because the Celtics should have beat him. There's no way they should have made the finals. I think even it was that same year. I don't know if it was that same year. I think they were playing like maybe Chicago or somebody. And he hit a game winner.
That was that year.
And it's like they were about to go down like 3-1 if he didn't hit that.
No, my bad. That was not that year. That was his first year back from
his first year back in Cleveland.
Yeah. That's when that lame ass coach he had, I forgot his name. Remember that first coach he had, the European dude? And tried to put the ball in Kyrie's hand. LeBron was like, nah, it's coming to my hand. Let me get that last winning game shot.
Yeah. That was because he didn't miss a finals. And that was like, it was like, okay, bro, this dude, he's a winner. He's just like it's like he has a harder path, even though you wouldn't realize it at first. But because to me it's Mike, Kobe, LeBron. Like LeBron has not had a Scottie Pippen or a Dennis Rodman level player. Or a Shaq level player.
In their prime.
In their prime. You're right, too.
He's had, the only closest thing he had to a player to his prime was Kyrie. Yeah. And he only had him for, 2-3 years? Yeah. And out of those 2 or 3 years, he really had him for 1 year.
Because he was hurt.
Because he was hurt. He kept getting hurt. And that's about it.
And D Wade on the back. So, yeah, no. That's why I'm thinking, bro, he can still end up with like 7 rings, but it's like they got to get the team around him and bringing Westbrook in. I mean, the Lakers are a shit show because we talked about them, but it's like you start from the executive level, they're terrible up there.
They are.
Their decision making has been terrible. They went with Lonzo Ball over De'Aaron Fox, who if they got Fox, he would be on the team.
They went from Lonzo Ball over Jason Tatum, bro.
That was the same draft?
Yeah!
And that lets you know what they had on their mind. They wanted the hometown kid. He's gonna sell tickets.
They wanted the hype. They wanted that Hollywood. This is a basketball game. We went basketball. That Hollywood stuff. Keep in Hollywood, bro.
That's crazy. If they had Tatum and LeBron.
Kobe was mad about that. I heard Kobe and LeVar Ball had a little argument, had a little back and forth because they said Kobe talked to the front office and he recommended Jason Tatum, put him in the draft. And they went with the public pressure and took. That's the reason I think they took Lonzo was public pressure.
Yeah, for sure, because he's a hometown kid and he blah blah blah. It's like, bro, man, terrible. And then they kept Kuzma over Lonzo, and Kuzma didn't turn out to be shit.
They kept Kuzma over Ingram. Because remember,
back
then, Kuzma was a hot commodity.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted Kuzma part of that trade. And I think that's where the Lakers budged at when it came to New Orleans. They said Kuzma is untouchable, which was dumb. Imagine when they kept
Brandon Ingram,
instead.
It'd be over. I mean, because Ingram, that's what LeBron needs, someone who can go, And you have to come double team me. Boom, I'm out to LeBron.
Pick
LeBron, boom.
Pick your poison. That's basically what they're telling you. Pick your poison. Me or him. You pick your poison, bro. You're gonna die either way. So pick your poison.
Yeah.
And that's the way I think the game should be. Pick your poison.
and I think that's one of the things about the Lakers. LeBron has to deal with too. Is like the upper management is fucking it up. Because bringing Westbrook in, bro. All that money they paid him, bro. If you got the right role players in. But I mean,
with the upper management as well, it's like like when something bad happens and people look at you like, damn, you screwed up, but they don't know what led to this point.
Yeah, like there's a lot that goes into that shit. Yeah,
I gotta give LeBron some responsibility when it comes to that because
sure.
I think like everywhere he's gone, they're giving him power, and he's never really screwed up. He's really like made the right decision, recommended the right people to come there. The first time in his career he's ever made a mistake was endorsing that Russell Westbrook trade.
Yeah.
Because from my understanding, I heard the general manager of the Lakers had a trade already ready for Buddy Hield to come in the Lakers because he thought that would be a better fit.
I heard that. Yeah.
And I heard LeBron and AD vetoed that because they wanted Westbrook in instead. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was Westbrook that reached out to LeBron and AD and tried to convince them that he wants to play for them.
For sure.
He's that type. Because didn't he do the same thing with Kawhi? Remember, people forget, he hit Kawhi up and told Kawhi how he would love to come to the Clippers and play with Kawhi. And Kawhi thought about it like, nah, this ain't going to be a good fit, which was smart of Kawhi. Kawhi, shout out to you, bro. You made a hell of a business move on that one.
Yeah, bro.
And instead, Kawhi used that against him and called Paul George and told him, hey, bro, you want to come and link up with me in L.A.? Paul was like, nah, bro, I got to stay here and chill out with Russ. You know, he's my brother. We're like, well, here's what your brother sent me as far as him trying to come over here and play with me and shit.
Yeah.
So, are you sure that's still your brother? That's how he got, you feel me? How you got your boy down there in Clippers.
Yeah.
CP.
It's
I mean Paul George, PG, my bad.
Yeah.
Shout out to CP though.
Yeah. Now you have me confused at first, but because they were both at Oklahoma together.
Yeah.
But it's, dude, I think that was a bad move by LeBron, and it's like
it's haunting him forever since.
It's like you can't give him that much power, but that he's had it everywhere he's went. But two, bro, the Lakers, even before that, bro, like.
Oh yeah, they handing bad contracts all the time. Look at the Luol Deng contract. I think they just got off of that like a year ago, and dude been retired for how many years?
Yeah, bro. Like the Lakers themselves, bro. It's a shit show.
I might be wrong too on that Luol Deng thing.
But still, I mean, they've made decisions for the past few years. I mean, even extending Kobe as long as they did, I love it, and I feel I'm always about the loyalty. And I liked it, but at the same time, business-wise,
it was stupid. Let's keep it real. They gave him $40 million for 2 years, and he didn't even play. Like, he missed 40 games almost each season. But I understand that because that was not even about what Kobe could bring. That was just a loyalty contract.
I love the loyalty.
That's the only contract. That one I'll let it slide. But the Luol Deng contract, the Timothy Mozgov contract, like I'm like, what were they thinking, bro?
Yeah.
And it's like. Teams like Lakers can afford to do that because they're spoiled. They're the Lakers. No matter what happens, they know the seat's going to get filled. It's spoiled.
Yeah.
They got that entitlement thing where they know they can afford to make mistakes. There's certain teams that can't afford to make that mistake. It will haunt them for decades.
Yeah. And
you feel me?
It shows. I mean, you see it with the Lakers now, bro. They're not even. They didn't even make the play-in, bro. Which is like LeBron not making a play-in. They extended the playoffs.
To a plane, still they make it.
It's like it's sacrilegious to say almost, but like you know, I'm excited about him because I really LeBron's earned my respect, bro, and I really feel like he can still. I feel like he's got like 6 more high level years left, and then 3-4 more strict role player, grabbing rebounds, just straight passing, kind of like Chris Paul now in the sense of like, not gonna give you no good defense, which he's already not giving you great defense, but like, you know, I can hit a big shot at the end of the game if I'm not too tired. You know what I'm saying? We get some young bucks in here to play real good defense. I can give you some at the end of the game to win the game.
Now, even with Chris Paul, him being too tired, like he can't help that at his age.
Yeah,
that's like father time catch up with you. The thing that
LeBron's
LeBron's different. The way that I mean, even LeBron, like father time's catching him to the extent too, because LeBron could use to affect games in so many different ways back in the day. But he could literally carry a team from first quarter to fourth quarter. Now he could probably do it from first to third at the most, and he's out of gas. I see it all the time. He can only do it from 1 to 3. Before he could do it to 1 through 4. You know what I mean? And same thing with Chris Paul. Like the way they utilize his weakness, this is not a factor maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he ain't gonna get tired. Y'all know he's old. That's why y'all putting him full court up and making him work on the defensive end, because y'all know the fatigue is gonna come into factor because of his age.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago, that was not the case.
Man, he's a dog. He was ready for whatever.
Yeah, I mean, shit. He should have won the ring when he used to.
Yeah.
I blame James Harden for that, blowing up that situation.
That was crazy. I mean, next time we could talk about some more of these teams, like, because I want to talk about 76ers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know what's up with them. I want to talk about...
you know, as an African man, we got to talk about my brother.
Who?
Embiid.
Yeah. Dude, man, because it's like...
Yeah, man, that's the guy right there. That's a
didn't
brother.
get the MVP, didn't get the first team.
I feel like he got cheated out of the MVP. That's just my opinion, but
Most
it was
definitely.
close. It was close though. It was not like a big gap, but we're gonna tap about that.
But James Harden straight didn't do nothing, bro. He showed up and was... I mean, So I want to talk about if he's going to get back and if they have a chance, because, I mean, the East is starting to warm up. I mean, the East used to be the laughing stock of the league, and then the West, it's kind of wavered a bit. It's kind of, I'd say, I mean, you got Golden State, but after that, bro,
I call it strange times in the West.
Yeah, it is.
Strange times in the West, I'm telling you.
And injuries play a lot of that too, because Kawhi being healthy with Paul George, that's a whole different team because they got young Terrence Mann.
They were already a factor this year.
Yeah.
Tyronn Lue did a hell of a job where he had to work with. So they were already a factor. We talk about like, all right, take Utah out of it. They're going to drop off. It's a wrap for them.
Yeah, I think
so. That team is going to get blown off.
Yeah.
Portland is out of there too. So that's two. Portland.
Oh yeah.
With CJ out this year, getting traded Dame. So that's two teams out of the West that just drop off, while the East is just getting better and better.
Yeah, and you got Memphis.
That's the one come up. I forgot.
But I mean, it's the East is getting better, and it's just like when you look at things in a broad perspective, it's like the West held it for so long. You had the Spurs, and then you had LeBron was making it every year, so LeBron like won some. But I mean,
you had the Spurs, you had the Lakers.
Lakers.
OKC had a little run at one point where KD was there.
Then the Warriors came into play because you got to think like. The Spurs, we had it in like, 2012 we won, and then the Lakers won, was it 2010, 2011? And then the Warriors came into play with 2015. So for a long time, it was basically it was LeBron out the East. He was the only thing keeping the East relevant.
He was carrying the East.
Because he was walking to the finals every year, and then it was like there was no other team. Like if you knew LeBron wasn't making it, the other team if LeBron didn't make it out the East, the other team was gonna get walked straight.
And we gotta put more respect on that, because we can't say he walked to the East like it was an easy run. He made it look easy.
Right, that's what I meant. Bro.
Yeah, he made it look easy.
He didn't walk, but he definitely made it look easy all those years, bro. And it didn't really show until later on when he left, and then right before he left, those 2 years those few years when he was in Cleveland, where it's like he had to fight to get to the East, to get to the finals again, and he still did it with nobody.
Nobody. Remember he had to go to Toronto.
Yeah.
People forget about Toronto. Had a nice little squad when DeMar DeRozan was there.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, beat them.
Remember, bro, I can't believe I bring this up. Dwayne Casey, man, shout out to my guy. Only coach that ever get fired after winning coach of the year.
That was crazy, bro.
Bro, I was just recalling that the other night. I was like, bro, this league is crazy.
Bro, it's cutthroat, bro.
You win coach of the year and you get fired,
that
bro.
That don't even make sense.
What?
And that's LeBron. That's the power of LeBron, bro. Like, that's...
Oh, man, that's wild. That's just wild,
I forgot about that. But that lets you know LeBron is that dude, bro. And he was... But like you said, bro, the pendulum swinging because, like, the East, bro, like Brooklyn's still just some role players away from.
Yeah, you're right.
Philly is if James Harden can come back and do something, Miami.
I got a theory about Philly, but we got to talk about that in the next podcast. I got a nice theory about why James Harden is James Harden like that, but...
Man, we going to get it back up on Wednesday, bro. But shoot, this has been a good one, bro.
Facts.
We both got the Warriors coming out. I'm interested. The game 5's tomorrow, and then game 6 will be, I think, Wednesday or Thursday.
Then it's a game. Friday, there's a game, right? Normally, according to the schedule.
Let's look. I'm gonna just look real quick.
Yeah, it should be a game on Friday.
Because shit. Monday and then Thursday. So game 5's Monday, game 6 Thursday. And then if there needs to be a game 7, that'll be Sunday. So we but I mean, this is the first run, bro. I think it was a good run on the shit, bro.
Solid.
We'll have some more sports talk, man. We might do like a live watch along on the game. On that Thursday game, we might watch that. We could maybe watch that on the couch or whatever, and like.
Oh, that's not Friday games?
It's
That's
only
crazy.
It's on Thursday, and then we'll be doing more anime, just giving them like a little rundown of what's potentially be on the channel in the future.
So we're gonna catch the game Thursday, and then Friday we're back on it here. We're gonna let y'all know what our opinions are when it comes to that game, man.
Hell yeah.
What do you see?
Hell yeah, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, but shit, man. Right now it's just the podcast. That's all it is right now. We're gonna get the names pending, but we're gonna come up with something hard. And
we're gonna get y'all something unique, something you ain't never seen before.
Yeah,
something uncommon, you feel me?
We're gonna have more sports talk, potentially some anime stuff, man.
Most definitely.
Some other pop culture stuff, some music stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe some reviews on some albums and stuff like that. But man, it's been fun, bro. It's a good first show, man. It's only gonna get better, bro. Consistency. And yeah, man. I'm Zico, bro. DJ Zico Suave, man. You can look me up, bro.
Facts. Your boy Mo. You can catch me on Instagram, Soulfist4, you feel me? Check out my fits, you feel me? If you got any discussion when it comes to fashion sneakers, I'm big on that too. So
man,
we can rap about that as well. So
for sure, bro.
Man, tap in.
All right, y'all, man. Be easy.
For sure.